Welcome back to HammerdDroids.net. Most of you probably know I'm not a huge gamer, but I've found one now that seems to take up my time. Wordfeud. You might have heard of Words with Friends on the for the iPhone, which is basically Scrabble that you play with your friends. There are quite a few clones. Apparently Words with Friends is on its way to the Android within, I don't know, the next week or two. But there are already quite a few clones on the market. And I've checked out, well, the first one I tried really was Wordfeud. And some of the other ones, they look a little bit nicer, but I don't know, I just don't find them quite as quick or maybe even as user-friendly perhaps. So, this is what you see when you open up, which is basically your list of games. At the bottom, you see the games that are finished. So I started off well, won my first two, lost my second two. You can still go back into those. So this was a closer game than I thought it'd be. You still get this. Oh no, it wasn't. This is the one I got whooped on. You get the score down the bottom corner there. You see the board. You can always zoom in by double tapping and zoom back out again by double tapping. So that's a game that's finished. The next section is the games where it's waiting for other people to play, to make their move, should I say. And the very top section is the ones where it's my turn to play. So we'll go in and I'll just show you how it works. So there's the board game going on. Now hopefully I don't have to explain Scrabble to you. You've got to make words up. You get some of the tiles. Say TW is like triple word score, DL double letter, TL triple letter. Back. So you can hit shuffle just to sort of reorder them, which is quite good, gives you some inspiration at times. You can pass on the play. If you pass 3 times, then I think it ends the game. You forfeit it basically, something like that. You can swap tiles out, you tap that and then you select which ones you don't want anymore and press OK. That you lose your turn then though. You pull that back in, or as you see, you just slide the letters in. So I'm going with diver. I'm going to go with drive, but neither way can I get to. It'd have been good if I could get to a triple or double letter. I don't think there's anything I'm missing. Anyway, so when I'm ready, I just hit play. It connects to the server. It tells you played diver for 27 points. So now I'm catching up a little bit. Not going so well. It also tells you how many tiles are left down there. If you swap tiles, your tiles go back into the mix. So it's not like you can keep swapping to bring the tiles down if you're winning or something. So that's the actual game, simple enough. One sort of oddity is it comes up with some very odd words. There are a couple of times I've then Googled the word, or I've looked them up in dictionary.com and it's not in there, so that's a little bit weird. So that game has now moved into opponent's turn, look, and it says 27 seconds ago. So I quite like that, it tells you how long ago the last move was made. If it gets to, I think, 3 days, the other person forfeits to you. For me, the biggest thing this is missing would be some kind of statistics, like win-loss record. I mean, I wouldn't have thought it'd be that hard to put some really fun kind of statistics in there. Well, I say fun, as fun as they can be. You could have things like the average point per tile that you score, the average score per round, your biggest word, your highest score. I don't know, there's all kind of little stats they could have thrown in. That would have just made it slightly more fun. You could sort of compare with your friends how good you are or whatever. I mean, the next level would be some kind of leaderboard perhaps, or I mean, if you could set it up with your friends, that would be even better. So there might be, if like I don't know, 6 or 7 friends playing it, you have some kind of, or like a work league table, something like that would be kind of cool. When you are playing your friends, and I'll show you why this is useful in a second, you can add opponent to friends list. So when you want to start a new game, you press the plus in the corner there. You get to select which dictionary you want to use. There are a few different options there: Danish, Dutch, English International, English US, Norwegian, Swedish. I presume they might add more in the future. Oh, do you know, I haven't actually seen that random board. That might be quite interesting. So you then get invite a friend, So these are the people I've already added to my friends list, people I play against, so I can just tap one of them and it starts a new game. If you go to contacts, you can select someone. It will basically email them saying, "Oh, come and play Wordfeud." You can't actually sort of hook up a new game by doing that. So if they're already registered, they'll just get another email saying, "Oh, come and play Wordfeud," with a link to downloading the game. It won't actually link it to you, sort of thing. Or you can play a random opponent. So if you've got no friends with Droid Phone, or no friends just don't want to play, you can just hit play with a random opponent, and it reasonably quickly finds you someone to play against, and off you go. I mean, I think that's it really. That's all what we're having the options. Remove finished games, so if you have a huge big list build up, new games, the same as pressing up there. Settings, so you get to set your profile picture. There's me trying to look thoughtful while watching the Super Bowl the other day. Notifications, that's the other useful thing. So when someone does play their move and it's your turn, it pops up in the top there, and you get to set a specific ringtone for that. So you know that it's Wordfeud, and you can have it vibrate and lights flash and all sorts. So that's it. It's not a complex game by any means. It's not necessarily the best presented. I did also find Droid Words and Wordsmith, and I think there are more of them out there. If you search words with friends on the market, there's a few that crop up. There's a few that pop up that you can have a look at. And when this was the first one I found, this one I invited everybody. Then I found these other Droid Words, for example, which it does look a bit nicer, but and I thought, we should have all played this. But then, having played a couple of games on them, I think probably Wordfeud perhaps is the better one. Just because it seems a bit slicker, a bit quicker, and I kind of prefer the I don't think they just do down the side there when the last move was played, for example, and orders them in sort of longest. So in other words, if you have got like 8 people, 8 games waiting to play, you can go right to the bottom and let me pick off who's been waiting longest, sort of thing, and do it that way. So that's it, Wordfeud. Let me see if we can get the QR code for you. I didn't mention, I'm playing the... Hello? It's not working. I'm playing the paid version, which was, I think, about £2.05. The ad-free version, I think it has all the same functionality, but basically once you've made played your turn, basically a full screen advert pops up and you have to press back or you have to press skip at the bottom just to carry on. So I don't know if you think that's more intrusive or not than having an advert on the screen the whole time. It did annoy me a little bit, and I paid for the version just because I think it's a fun game, and it's only £2.05p. It's not a huge amount, and I'm gonna email the developer with some of my stats suggestions. Hopefully, they will improve it further. So there you go, Wordfeud on Android. My name's Andy, HemidDroids.net.